todos, mi nombre es Pedro Ibar, esto es Emotion Me y hoy tengo un invitado súper especial, pero disculpadme porque la entrevista la vamos a hacer en inglés. Hi everybody, my name is Pedro Ibar, this is Emotion Me, and today we have a very special person because he's my friend, DHARI ALMUAWED from Kuwait. Thank you, DHARI, thank you for staying here. I love that.
Thank you.
DHARI was my boss when I worked in the estudió in Kuwait City, and for me it's a really, really nice opportunity meet with him here in Atocha Madrid station. Thank you, DHARI, one more time.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have a question. I want to know more about you. I think that the people too, but I want begin. Who is DHARI ALMUAWED and where does that love for coffee come from?
Thank you again for the interview and for the opportunity. And this is my first podcast interview, as we mentioned. Who's DHARI ALMUAWED? It's a very broad question, but if I'm gonna limit it to in reference to my business, it would be more of a passionate entrepreneur that have been and raised, grown up and raised in Kuwait, who have explored multiple cultures from around the world and came back to his country with a passion to do something different. And fitness industry came across my path. It wasn't a plan, and I just got interested in it and started the project in that. And but my background is like engineering, and I studied business, and I worked in different sectors. It had nothing to do with
Everyone know more about that.
Yes. So I've never worked in the fitness industry, and I've always been a consumer, which I think through the interview I'll clarify why being a consumer is good at this kind of business. It gives you a different perspective from you as a professional, or like Eduardo, where you are guys personal trainers in the industry itself. The love for coffee. Okay. So the coffee, I think the Instagram, it all started from Instagram.
We know.
And it was more of an experimental thing where I'm showing a part of my day, a part of my life through that picture. In different sets and different materials and different aesthetics every time. So it gives you a different mood and look. And sometimes I write things in Arabic on the pictures.
I put the slide.
Yeah. So that one of the pictures, it had a translation. So I'm going to try to translate it into English. It says that it's the same smell, the same taste, yet we don't get bored of it. That's what coffee is for me. This is how I expressed it.
Nice.
So I feel like coffee is the only constant in a world full of variable. The moment where I sit and start drinking my coffee, it's the moment where I'm getting back to my comfort zone, into the quiet zone, where I just enjoy that specific moment. That's why I enjoy it, and I like to share it with the people. I let it out on my Instagram.
I have to say that you say that you're not come from the fitness industry. You are very brave to have success in fitness industry. Come from another things. It's amazing. It's amazing. You know that the entrepreneur is very difficult thing,
yes.
And I are very surprised that people like you can be very successful. It's amazing.
Thank you.
I have another question about the coffee. What is your favorite coffee? Where is the favorite coffee for DHARI?
Well, coffee is very broad. Like I don't like the acidic coffee.
Uh-huh.
I lately started to enjoy espresso more, and coffee without milk. I feel it's more pure, and it's stronger, and it solves the purpose. When I like some milk, I just have for example a cortado or something like that. I stopped drinking a latte or whatever. I feel it's too much with flavors and milk, so I like to taste the real coffee by having just condensed coffee.
I prefer that. I have a deeper question. What is success to you?
Success is a very broad word. I feel like my experience in that word is it's a journey. It's not something that you reach for. So you keep on expanding your goal every time you reach a part where it's success to you. It's defined by what do you set to yourself. So let's say you want to achieve a moment where you open a second branch in your business. That's success to you. But then after opening the second branch, you want to open one more, or you want to expand to a different country or to a different continent, for example.
Amazing mind.
It's a continuous process. It's a journey. It's not a destination.
Okay, nice, really nice. What is the criteria to hear personal training at your company?
I think let's share how I found you. I found you through Instagram, for example, and I do depend on social media a lot. I feel like social media reveals a lot of a personality and charisma, which are two very important factors in a customer experience in a gym. So those are the two moments that gets captured by the client first before you get into the technical period. I mean the technical knowledge. I think the technical knowledge, I lacked it in the beginning, but I've developed myself and my knowledge as I was developing in the industry. And I started to evaluate if this person is the right person technical-wise as well or not. But it's a continuous learning process. I do have some mistakes and some success.
Yeah. Later maybe we can ask you, okay?
But I do depend on my gut feeling a lot, so it plays a big role.
Wow. I want to say thank you one more time for selecting me because the experience was one of my best. Thank you one more time, Dari.
Thank you.
You're a person who travels a lot. What is your top 3 countries around the world? I need to know that.
Now maybe I have to say Spain because we're over here.
No, it's not necessary.
It is one of my favorite destinations, but I would say the top 3 would be California. Lately, Italy. I love Italy.
Oh yeah.
And
Italy is a hashtag in Instagram.
Yes. And the third thing is London, and I'll explain why. California, what I like about it, it's the amount it offers as a city. So you have the mountain, you have the beautiful beach. The temperature of the weather is really mild all year round. The sky is always clear. It's always cloudy, and there is no rain that much. So those factors makes me love the city. And if I want the city life is there, I want the simple life, I can go to San Diego. If I want the busy life, I can go to Los Angeles. I want something creative, I can go to San Francisco. So it offers a lot as a place, California. Italy, for example, it has a lot of culture and a lot of history, a lot of museum, a lot of what influenced us right now.
What place in Italy are your favorites?
Lately, I've been experimenting the south and the north and Rome and everywhere.
Very different.
Every place have its own identity and charisma and characters. Yeah. So there is nothing in Italy that looks like the other part, only the pizza and the pasta.
Oh.
The people are very different.
And have very good coffee in Italy.
Yes. But it's a very classic, pure coffee, espresso only.
Oh,
you drink it when you're standing and you leave. That's it.
Yeah.
It's not like the third wave
so
coffee
curious.
where you sit and you have a conversation with a friend and have a coffee. It's very express there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thanks, Daddy. How can a busy person like you manage such multiple companies? Do you think having a partner or partners is important for the growth of the company?
Yeah, so I wouldn't say it's easy. I do give up a lot in my day because I'm managing a few companies, but it's something I do enjoy doing as working in general. I do enjoy working because I love what I do. I love my morning job. I work as a consultant in the government in the United Arab Emirates at the moment.
Wow.
And before I used to work in Kuwait in the morning, and I used to run my business in the evening. Running multiple companies is quite difficult, but you have to find the right people, the right caliber with you, and the right partner. And I would like to send my regards to my partner Khalid Bennai on this interview.
We say hello
Yeah.
from Spain.
Yeah.
Thanks for all, Khalid. I never forget you.
So Khalid have been my friend since I was 10 years old. So he's my childhood friend.
Wow!
And everyone I've met in my life told me never do a business with your best friend. It's your biggest mistake. Everyone tell me it's very sensitive. Don't do it. You will end up, having a fight with him or a disagreement or whatever, and it will come in your friendship. I think before the gym, we have experimented with a smaller business where it have gave us the experience that we are working together and we were both able to separate our friendship from our business relationship. Like for instance, we would have a very tough argument in regards to work, and 2 hours later we will be hanging out with our friends, having dinner or at the movies or whatever. So we were, knock on wood, really been able to separate both. Khalid is a people person. He's good in interacting with people. He's open-minded. He's good at managing people. He's good at HR, at finance, at management, at customer service. I'm good at IT, technology, business development, concept curation, branding, those other stuff, and social media. So we do somehow, complete each other. That's a very tough part.
I think that you and Khalid are very good partners.
Harmony together, yeah. We bring harmony to the business.
So I love when you and Khalid talk about the person that you select.
Yeah.
Because I think when Andrew's go, you say, I choose Andrew.
Yes.
Feel so proud.
That's true. We've adapted this strategy into the company lately for two of our ex-employees, which is Andrew and Ruben Garcia. I think you also interviewed him.
Say hello.
Hi, Ruben. I think like growing up in the business, we also grew up before. I'll be just very honest and very blunt. That maybe 2 years back, if someone leaves the business, we take it very personal and we take it, in a very tough way. Growing up in the business, we started to look at it from a different perspective, from a different angle. Those are professionals who have took a risk to join our business at a certain point of time, where our business were still developing. It wasn't still established. It was in a small country in Kuwait, in the Middle East. People have took the risk, left their family, left everyone, and came to work with us. So we want to appreciate them in return. That's why we want to broadcast it to the people, saying that this person came work with us. He grew with us. Both of us grew together. And then he's leaving right now for a better job. We wish him all the best.
Win and win.
Yeah, it's a win-win situation for both of us. And there is more to come. Yeah.
I love that interview, Dari. Thanks one more time. As an entrepreneur, it's difficult to manage people. Do you consider that you have made a mistake in the past in this area? What have you learned from it?
Going back to the partner part, dealing with people requires multiple personality. Unfortunately, you need to wear multiple hats. You've seen us in the gym. We do workout, our family workouts over there, our friends workout. Yeah. It's a boutique gym. It doesn't have a lot of people. It's not an open gym. It's like it runs 100 to 200 people as a capacity. So we do interact with the employees a lot. So it's very difficult to be their friend and their boss at the same time, But I would like to quote Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, where he puts 3 things together, which I think I've lately started to adapt. So he said it's very important you have a good IQ, and it's very important you have a good EQ, and it's very important you have to have a good LQ. LQ is the caring and the love, part of the business. Emotional intelligence and your personal intelligence is important, but the caring part is also important. That brings balance and harmony into the business. I think that's what we've learned so far. We've done a lot of mistakes. There have been a lot of drama in our business, people leaving, and something have reached the courts. It does happen in any business, but we grew up with that. You know, we learned a lot. We learned from our mistakes. We have a good legal advisor with us right now and a good accountant. Those are very essential components into any business. And this would be my advice to anyone. You start a business, two things you have to think about: legal and accounting. Those are the backbone of your business. Without them, you are walking in a blind room. You don't know where you are going.
You mentioned Jack Ma.
Yes.
I want to know if you have mentors.
Mentors even the mentor part, I feel like in every subject you have a different mentor. And the mentor subject keeps on changing every time depending on the topic, about the topic itself, your stage of life, all of that. But you do look up to a lot of people. I think thinking outside the box and thinking very different and not so typical, it would be Elon Musk. Turning failure into success, it would be Jack Ma. Consistency and stable growth is Jeff Bezos' Amazon. Very inspiring human and very intellectual human would be Oprah Winfrey. So, you know, it depends.
The most big.
You know, so each one inspires you in part of your life, in a pillar in your life. So it's very different for me.
I think that you are so young because you have 28 maybe.
Yeah, I'm actually not going to be so young lately.
Okay.
So next year I'm turning 30, so I'm saying goodbye to my 20s.
Oh,
yeah.
I know, because and right now I have 13.
Okay.
But it's very curious that so young person have that great mind.
Yeah, thank you.
It's amazing. BIA is a reference center in Kuwait, and increasingly recognized abroad. How do you see your futures in a few years?
VI Fitness Studio, it started honestly, which is it would be very interesting to you. It started initially that we wanted to do a CrossFit box.
No.
It was the peak of the growth of the CrossFit boxes at that time. But we stopped and we said, like, everyone in the market right now is doing in Kuwait, was doing the CrossFit. And to be honest, let's just be very honest in terms of that. Coming from my country, a lot of people have good disposable income, you know. We don't have taxes, people live with their family, people do have good savings, you know, even young people in general. So we said, like, doing a CrossFit box is approachable, everyone can do it. So we wanted to challenge ourselves to look a little bit above the trend, you know. So there was a trend going, and we were like, okay, why don't we do a concept that have CrossFit, part of it, but it's not the only thing. This is what came in our mind. And we signed the lease agreement to take the floor in Panasonic Tower without having funding in our bank, you know, to be able to build that concept. And as we were developing the concept, the cost was going higher and higher and higher.
The costs are amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a story by itself. Then it just happened. The future of VI, I think VI we have so far we have created two versions of VI. We have the first one, the first established one, where we had the first line of recruitment, and then the second one. Let me just differentiate between them. The first one had one tier of trainers. The second one, after my research that I've done, visiting multiple countries, visiting multiple concepts in Madrid, in New York, in Los Angeles, in London, everywhere I go, I make sure I visit gyms. I see what's happening in the industry, what's changing. So I took that as an inspiration for me to build a new business model for my business. At that time, my business wasn't doing really well. So I have reinvented the concept and I have redesigned the business model.
Yeah, I know a lot of different gyms around the world. I think that VI is more different.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
I feel so lucky for work in VI. It's amazing.
Yeah, and we're very happy that every time people from Europe, for example, or the States come to Kuwait and they come to the gym, they work with us, or they visit the gym and they're like blown away, like this is so amazing. Coming from us again, from not a very fitness background, it's very interesting to hear such comments. The second version, we created tiers. We saw in the market that all the personal trainers were being charged by one fee, which was totally wrong. I wanted to set a standard that you train with a basic, a junior, with a senior, with an advanced trainer should be different. And we've introduced that concept. And now we are running out the third version of the business, the third business model, which Eduardo have been working with us this summer,
I feel so curious about that. It's amazing, the project. It's amazing, man.
Yeah, see, like I feel like at this stage of the business, Eduardo coming in is very important. Myself and Khalid, we were like disagreeing a lot in the beginning, which made by what it is right now because of this constant disagreement, tension. He pulls and I pull. And then we reached a stage where we're very synced and we're very in line. Sometimes agreeing with your partner the whole time is a bad thing. It's not a good thing because it doesn't allow you to grow. You know.
I read with Kiyosaki, I read Donald Trump, I read a lot of mentors that it's so bad are always in agreement.
Yes. So agreeing with your partner is not a good thing. So we reached a place where we agree on almost every single thing. So Eduardo coming into the business where he had a totally different background, totally different idea, totally different path.
I agree with Eduardo.
And we had challenges again and tension between us and him. We wanted to balance our concept, our identity, yet have his thoughts blended with ours. And we've added one more component to that, is engaging our employees. Engaging in our employees in our concept curation. And that's very important. In order to have, that substance into your business, you have to have this consistency, the same language between all of your employees. All of them, they share the same language, the same vision, the same idea about what is vibe, And that's what we've worked on collectively, us, Eduardo, and the employees right now in the business. And have created the third version, which is going live on 15th of October. So we have rebranded the business, we have introduced the concept in a totally different way, we have changed a lot of the equipment in the business. I remember you gave me a long list of comments about our layout at that time.
I hope that you can use that.
Yes. Some of it is incorporated with ideas from Eduardo. Taking the business into a very different stream, and I think and I believe that the third version is the version we're going to continue with the year coming.
I talked yesterday with Eduardo, and I talked about that, and I love the vision of the new project. I love that because it's so clear, so nice. I love that. What projects do you have that you are excited about coming in the future?
We might be somewhere around Europe or somewhere around Spain, or somewhere here.
No, Spain is good.
So it depends. I think, we've been working with a lot of professionals from Spain, and this is the least we can do is give it the priority to come and open here, and this is our appreciation back to the country as well, that we've been having a lot of employees from here as well. So it's a possibility. Everything is a possibility.
Wow.
We have a project.
I want to know
more about that. we have a branch opening in United Arab Emirates in November this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow.
This will be our largest branch. It's 1,400 square meter. It's a huge branch, and I get butterfly every time I think about it because it's a challenge running it. And we have a local partner in UAE, but it's opening as the second brand we've created, which is Irism.
Yeah. I want to know more about the Irism. What is different between mine?
Yeah, so at that time, I remember when you came, we were offering group training, and you've experienced that VI is very small and in space. And we wanted to differentiate between the PT experience and the group training experience, yet try to maintain the privacy in the group training experience. So we created Irison to create that experience, the group training experience. So we're offering there spinning, build classes, boxing, and such things. As well as we featured the room where we were featuring a female-only personal training. We saw in Kuwait there is a need for that, and I think even in Europe there is a need for that, opening a facility that is for females only, where they feel confident and comfortable that they're training in an environment without men around them, because sometimes they feel insecure about their body, about their look. And this is why it explains why women sometimes enter gyms and have a lot of makeup on their face. Perhaps when they're in an environment where it's females only, they're way more less formal and more comfortable in a female-only zone. That's not because of religious reasons only. It have a potential to go into a Western culture as well.
I think that is a good new concept.
Yeah.
I know you are very thorough in your work, and you like to stay updated with what's going on in the industry. What type of research would you do to get inspired for your business?
I get inspiration for my business, honestly, not just from gyms, not from the fitness industry by itself. Sport brands such as Nike, the collaboration with Adidas, Yeezy and Adidas, and Puma, and whatever they do, and everything that happens in the street culture, I feel it affects us more or less. And the street industry, street fashion industry, or street culture, it's the voice of the people. So I get a lot of inspiration from that, because it reflects, like Supreme and the other brands, it reflects what people want. It comes from within. That's a source of inspiration. Yet my personal research, knowing what's trending and what's hot in London and LA and Italy and Sydney and everywhere in the world. So this is very important to be well informed what's happening around you, but it's different variables in every market. You have to be smart on what do you pick to adapt in your own business. Not everything you see in New York would work in Kuwait, and not vice versa. Same goes to Spain. So you have to be well informed what's the culture around you, what's the environment around you, and what works and what doesn't work.
And the personality can not be adapted to the culture.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that maybe can be a problem for different persons adapt to Kuwait. Maybe good professionals, but they can be adapted to Kuwait because in Kuwait you do not have a lot of things to do. Maybe.
Yeah. See, the thing about Kuwait as a culture, we travel a lot. The whole people travel a lot. So I would say that proudly, like as a culture, maybe we're in the Middle East and everyone thinks, we're still on camels and, wearing veils and dressing black and our white dresses.
No,
but it's totally not really that. Nice. You saw, it's very
Kuwait.
open.
I love Kuwait.
Yeah.
The food is amazing.
Yeah. That's, I think, the reason why the culture is really open, and we import a lot of ideas and concepts from abroad. We're well informed what's happening around us. We like to consume Western culture, and this makes the environment in Kuwait very welcoming to Western concept.
Yeah.
So if you bring ideas and adapt them in Kuwait, people would accept them. Why? Because they travel a lot, they experience a lot. So it works very well. So you have to pick and choose what goes in your market and what doesn't.
Nice. I got a question. How do you see yourself in a few years?
Well, I answered this question a couple of years back, and what I answered has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now. Simply, I stopped imagining this question because I'm a person who reacts to what's happening today. You get an opportunity today. And you craft your path based on that. 2 years back, I had a vision that I'm quitting my morning job. I'll be focusing on my business gyms only. I was doing Irison, And I said like I'll be focusing on doing that full time. And somewhere around by the end of the summer, I got a proposal to move to the United Arab Emirates and work over there, and it changed my plans completely. So I stopped making plans because like the world, brings things, around you the whole time. You just have to be prepared, and you have to have a good compass on what direction you want to go, and you have to choose for yourself.
To follow your reason.
Yeah.
You know that the name of this program is called Emotion Me. I want to know what emotion you.
What motion?
Yeah. What do you feel? What emotion you? What
moves me?
Yeah.
See, working in general really moves me a lot, and I really enjoy being busy the whole time. Working for me is like it's like a drug. It's like a buzz, like when people have a drug, they get high. I get high from work.
Yeah, work.
It moves me, I know. I think, getting so much into work, getting, around this creativity, this collaboration, this ideas, this innovation, it feels like you are in, it feels like you are in a road trip. You are in a path. You are driving a car at a speed of 120 kilometer heading to I don't know where in Spain. At the same time, you're so focused. You're on
feel the flow.
You feel the flow. You're in the flow. You feel the. Sometimes I feel it's like whisper from God. Like, it's like God is speaking to you directly. Maybe I'm just workaholic. That's why I'm speaking about it in that way.
No,
but it drives me. It inspires me. It keeps me going. It gives me a reason why I exist in the world. I woke up in the morning and I feel there is a reason why I need to get up from bed and move. This is what is work for me.
I want to know if you could choose a superpower, what would it be?
Superpower. I think reading people's mind.
Whoa.
That would be the best power.
But I think that you are a kind of person that can read the mind of the people.
I do, but having a better power than that it doesn't hurt,
I think the instant that you can read the mind of the people, but I think that is strange that you want to read the mind of the people.
Yeah, like even more.
Even more, okay, nice. If you could give advice to the 20 years old daddy, what could it be?
Keep doing what you're doing. Your life is amazing. Enjoy every moment. And if time takes me back, I would advise myself read more books and enjoy the moment more. Live the moment. Like right now, this setup, this place, this station, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Living here.
Here.
Not that where your mind is taking you, which is tomorrow or a week after or a year after.
Yeah.
Live the moment more.
The most important moment is now.
Yes.
I want to know. I will finish the interview, but I want to know what is your favorite books.
I've been reading on my way. My favorite is what I'm reading right now, always. I've been reading Change by Design by Tim Brown. It's a book that speaks about a skill called design thinking and how it can change organizations. It helps you on how do you gather people's thoughts and weave them all together into one fabric and roll it out in a very simple message. It's a very interesting book. I would recommend reading it.
Okay, thanks you very much, Daddy. I love this moment. I love the opportunity to interview you.
Thank you so much again for the interview. I appreciate making the effort and coming here, and I hope I can catch my train as well.
I know. We finished, Daddy. Thank you very much. Say hello to Spain.
Thank you. Hola.
Nos vemos.